Okay, so number one, I am sick. I am really freaking sick at this moment. And I'm sitting here in front of these giant lights, in front of this camera. I went and I saw Kung Fu Panda 3 with a ton of tissues in my hand, and I'm here to talk about it because movies. I'm going to do my best. Let's go. With Kung Fu Panda 3, we now have a trilogy. I've enjoyed the previous two movies. I think they're fun, harmless entertainment. There's not a lot of substance, but they're really enjoyable movies with a lot of fun action and great animation. And in this movie, Po, played by Jack Black, meets his actual father, played by Bryan Cranston. And he discovers there's a secret panda village. All the while, there's this crazy guy named Kai who's after the power of all of the Kung Fu masters who are still alive. And it's up to Po and Tigress and Monkey and all of them, as well as the new Panda Village, to go up against this guy to stop him from defeating the entire world. This movie was odd for me because it's January, and usually animated films that come out this time of year are really bad, like Norm of the North. Oh my god. But this movie was originally going to come out on December 23rd of last year, but they pushed it back to January because of Star Wars not wanting to compete with that. And this movie was tons of fun. I might have actually liked this one more than the last. It's a very fast-paced movie. There really are no dull moments in Kung Fu Panda 3. And sometimes that does bring on a lack of substance where you don't feel like there's much emotional heft going on in the movie, even though there is a good storyline involving Po's father as well as his adoptive father, and how that becomes a little odd for him because he's had the same father his whole life and now he has his actual father suddenly returned and he has to learn how to deal with that. And similar to the other two Kung Fu Panda movies, this one is once again about him discovering something about himself that he didn't know he was capable of, and it maintains that same theme. And yes, they're all very similar, and even though they all have a very similar storyline, they're all fun movies, and I think they're really good for kids because they also don't pander to children. There's a good story underneath all the action and the jokes about family, and I think kids could really take something away from it. I also loved Hans Zimmer's score, especially his theme for Kai, the main villain. This movie was tons and tons of fun. I was very sick when I went to this movie, and I smiled throughout the entire thing despite having to blow my nose every couple seconds. As for flaws, as I said, the movie doesn't really have a whole lot of substance. There is a good story involving family and how important that is, but it's kind of overshadowed by the jokes and the action, which isn't necessarily a fault. It's just that the movie does come off a little bit weightless, no pun intended. It's just kind of like disposable, but it's great fun. So I can't really fault the film for that, even though I left the theater not feeling like I had that much of an emotional experience. This is Kung Fu Panda 3. Do I really need that? Not really. I had a great time with this movie despite being sick, and I bet if I wasn't sick, I would have had an even better time. I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda 3 an A-. So I apologize for this brief review, but my voice is already leaving me. Gratefully, I already filmed my Dragon Ball Evolution Hilariosity review. You can see the stuff that I use. I can barely say that name. You can see the background I had for it, and that's going to go up on Sunday. Here is a little teaser I put together for you. Oh, that movie has to go away. Guys, let me know if you saw Kung Fu Panda 3 and what you thought of it below. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. I will try to get my review up for Jane Got a Gun in the next few days. I still haven't seen it yet. I barely got out of the house with this cold. But anyway, thank you once again, guys, for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.